Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Monday, the 2nd of March. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take somewhat of data and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at ctmcrypto.substack.com. It's published on YouTube after a delay of 3 days. All right, great. Bitcoin. I was observing at various points last year that we've not really had a point where I've been looking for a point on crypto when it starts becoming a flight to safety destination, and we were seeing some action on precious metals, and we're seeing significant action on bonds on flight to safety on the Iran conflict starting at the weekend. But so far, we've seen absolutely nothing from Bitcoin, so it's still not a flight to safety destination. Just an observation because it's something I've been watching. All right, in terms of where we are here, we're not going to get any positive divergence on any of these until we see a retest of the low. That's likely more tied to equities than anything else, and this has been heading sideways in what looks like a bearish consolidation, and it might be that with this Iran conflict, which I have to say the pattern setups are suggesting to me, I'm doing a post on oil today, but the pattern setups are suggesting to me that this conflict may last weeks or months, and may actually cause some major disruption in the oil markets. We could see a significant disruption, partly because of that, of course, in the equity markets as well. So I'm thinking that this Iran conflict might actually deliver the low retest that I'm looking for, in which case we could have a nice bottoming setup on all three of these cryptos that could last months. I'll be doing a post about that too, but in the short term, still looking at what looks like a bearish triangle here. Looking at the 15-minute chart, you can see a pretty decent looking triangle. Not a classical triangle per se, but pretty decent classical pretty decent normal triangle, and this should result in due course in a retest of this low here at 60.1, at which point we could get the second low of a double bottom. All right, looking at Solana. Solana obviously has been kicking around as well. Here it's slightly different. We've got a proper flag here. You can see these two highs here, 91.21, and then a higher high at 92.09. This is very much a potential conventional bear flag, and again, for the same reasons as Bitcoin, I'm thinking we may see a retest of the low sooner rather than later, and that is at 67.65. Okay, looking at Ethereum, again, not been doing a great deal over the weekend. Again, on the daily chart, we've got a decent prospect to get daily positive divergence on the RSI 14 if we see a retest of the low soon. We're still kicking around and struggling to get over the daily middle band, but here obviously again we've got a higher high here, and we've got a conventional flag, and a retest of the low, if seen, would be at 1746.93. I'm thinking that this Iran thing, because if the Iran thing does extend and lasts a couple of weeks, that could, and also if the oil price spikes up hard, and it could. I'll be doing a post talking about this today and the reason it's important, and the choke point at the Strait of Hormuz, which could disrupt a large proportion of the world's oil supply and cause a major price spike. I'm talking about the possibility that that WTIC light crude oil, the standard light crude oil, could head back up and retest the high at 126 that was made in 2022. That, I think, is credible, in which case it'll have more than doubled from the recent low at about 54. So that could cause significant issues, and it could of course not cause some knock-on issues on equities. We will see, but if we see those problems on equities, I'll be looking for that retest. On equities, that may actually complete some bull flag setups that are a possibility for the long consolidation that we've been seeing. All right, great. In that case, I think it's a wrap. Do we have any questions? Nope. In that case, I think it's a wrap. Everyone take care. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Cheers.